Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin, and today we're unboxing the Lenovo Legion 5i. So that was announced earlier this year. That was Lenovo's refresh of what probably would have been called the Legion Y550. They had the 520, the 530, and the 540. But obviously, Lenovo's simplifying its branding a lot. We're seeing that across the lineup with like the Yoga Slim 7 instead of the, S750, ThinkPads as well. I just got the L13 Yoga instead of what would have came after L390 Yoga. I guess they ran out of numbers on that one. But so this is the new Legion. This is the new entry-level Legion. So we can just try to find where this box opens. And obviously Legion is the gaming brand, so it's going to be more fun to review than your average laptop. Okay, this is just going to be a return label in here. Lenovo puts them in very nice folders. I have to appreciate. They also give the full shipping sleeve in there, so I can just slap to the side of the box. It's fantastic, phenomenal. Anyway, this is the device. Now, what's in here? I tried to price this out, and it came out at around $1,900. The thing is, I couldn't really price it out because Lenovo didn't quite tell me what they were sending me. And it turns out there are a few options. So beyond the laptop itself, we're going to find our charger down here because we are going to need that charger. This has RTX 2060 graphics. And I can tell you right now, that means that there is no USB Type-C charging for this guy. USB Type-C maxed out at about 100 watts. And we're going to need, let me see, I'm guessing 230? Yes, 230 watts, which is pretty standard for something with this kind of power. For something with an H-series processor and a GTX GPU, like a 1660 or 1660 Ti, I'd expect like 135 watts. So yeah, we got the power here. As far as that 45 watt processor goes, this one has a Core i7 10750H. Now, H is obviously the 45 watt brand. Core i7 is a hexa-core processor with 12 threads, and it's from the latest 10th gen lineup. That's Comet Lake H, which is still 14 nanometers. So all of Intel's 10th gen lineup is Comet Lake. It's 14 nanometers. AMD has a new H series that's 7 nanometers, and Intel's going to have to catch up to that, but still, Intel's bringing the power. Now, like I said, I don't know exactly what they sent me because I tried to spec it out. Lenovo told me things like it's got a terabyte of storage and a 1080p display, but as it turns out, you could choose between a terabyte HDD or a terabyte SSD, and you could choose between an FHD display at 60 hertz or 144 hertz, and I think 120 hertz might have even been an option on there. But I kind of spec'd it out with 144 hertz because that's what I'm hoping for, and it's easy enough to find out because you just use the Nvidia control panel to see the refresh rate. And there's a couple things that you'll notice right here. We already have very narrow bezels. This was already a thing on the 15.6 inch screen. Very narrow bezels, and it feels nice. It feels nice. It feels more immersive than your traditional gaming laptop with the huge bezels. Because remember, like, especially if you get a 17-inch one, they tend to have bigger bezels because there's always a lot more power in those 17-inch ones. But yeah, it feels more immersive to me. I like it. And we have a privacy shutter up here, so you can block the webcam if you want to. There's no IR camera. I don't really know of any gaming laptops that have an IR camera, but there is no IR camera, so you don't have to worry about that being blocked by using the privacy guard. You can see that the screen there has some crap from McAfee up there because all consumer laptops have to come with third-party AV software for some reason. There's not really anything else that you'll find on here. Like most PCs, it's usually just that AV crap that you got to uninstall. And then, except for Surface. Surface is the only consumer Windows PC that doesn't come with third-party crapware like that. So Lenovo is very big on its design because really the whole idea is that you could bring this to work, right? It's not flashy. There aren't any big colors coming out of it. Okay. and then you can game on it when you get home. And it's got RTX graphics, so it's actually pretty powerful. You know, we've got a USB Type A port over here, 3.5 millimeter audio jack, so there are not separate microphone and speaker jacks. Another Type A port over here. All right, and then on the back, you got the bulk of the ports. 2 more Type A ports, Type C, HDMI, power, Ethernet. So really, that's meant for cable management. It's meant to make it nice and easy to manage all those cables. Then you got the ones on the side that are there for like stuff that you'll plug in, you know, on the fly, like a controller or you know, a headset or something. And then obviously Ethernet's going to be connected all the time. HDMI might if you use that, and then peripherals if you need to. Okay. Another thing, notice about the fans. There's vents. This is something that Lenovo came out, I think, with the 730. You got vents on the back, and then you got vents on the sides. Then you put the fans in the corners, right? And then obviously it can pull in air from the bottom, blow them out the sides, and then by having vents on both sides, you can blow out twice as much heat, and it tends to work out. You won't find any RGB lighting on this device. You can pull up Lenovo Vantage to see your different options, but there is an SSD, which is nice. But if you want RGB lighting, you're going to have to go for the 7 series. That's always been the case. 5 is the entry level. So no RGB lighting here. In fact, I can't find any lighting controls. This is also where you would go to overclock the CPU if you got a K series CPU, which I believe you would have to go for the 7 series again for as well. The H series, the unlock for overclocking is indicated by a K on Intel's processors. So if this was a K series processor, it would be called HK, because H is the 45 watt mobile processor that you find in gaming PCs and mobile workstations, and then K means unlocked for overclocking. So you can see 16 gigs of RAM, 6 gigs of GDDR6 memory that comes with the RTX 2060, and there's an overdrive, which I'm guessing just bumps up the fans. Well, doesn't really do anything, because again, you cannot overclock the CPU on here, so I'm not sure exactly what that does. Network boost, that's obviously meant for gaming and dedicating those kinds of resources to your games. And that's about it. It's thin, it's light, and for a gaming PC, again, the whole idea is work and play, because it's you know, I've seen gaming PCs that it's like you wouldn't be able to bring that into an office. It's going to look weird. It's going to look out of place. This looks like something that's just a little more just easy to fit into that productivity environment. But then at the end of the day, you got the power to play games on it as well. And good games, because it's got RTX graphics, which, I mean, that's important to me. Like, the base model of this is going to come with, I think, 1660, maybe Ti. But RTX obviously means real-time ray tracing, deep learning, super sampling. So that's going to be a real improvement. And I'm glad that they have this option on there. For instance, Microsoft Surface Book 3, the 15-inch, comes with a GTX 1660 Ti. And, you know, that's nice and all. And it's powerful and all. But also, you could get a business version with Quadro RTX. Like, why isn't there an RTX version of the consumer version? So you have RTX here. It's the lower end of the RTX. It's not a 2070 or a 2080, but, you know, you still get RTX, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, it's that industrial design that Lenovo's been using since the Y730 or Y530 or the 30 series. And that's about it, you know. Like I said, gaming laptop reviews are always fun, because then I get to play games when I'm working, you know, and so I'll have a review on this in a few weeks. I'm going to play some games like, you know, I mean, you got to find ray tracing games. I can't just play any games, which I'd love to play any games, but, you know, I try to use ray tracing games on ray tracing hardware. So something like Battlefield 5, Metro Exodus, you know, and then I will play other games like Forza, which doesn't support ray tracing, like Forza Horizon 3 and, you know, Halo Master Chief Collection. I know Halo 3 is coming, but obviously that doesn't support it. It's like a 10-year-old game, probably more than 10 years old. But yeah, guys, that's it. I'm Richard Neowin. Have a great night.